Okay, so every now and then I'll get an email that strikes me as worthy of creating a new video off of. And it's funny because I'm being emailed by actually a couple of new stackers, or they're not new stackers. They don't even have an ounce of silver to their name yet, but want to know how to start stacking gold and silver. And I thought, well, you know what? There's so many videos out there that cater to the stacker, the seasoned stacker, that I wanted to maybe do something for somebody who's sitting on the fence about investing that cheap cash, that garbage toilet paper for some real gold and silver. And that's what we're going to do today. We're going to talk to them specifically and tell them how to start stacking silver. And you're going to be surprised, but because normally the simplest answer is normally the best answer, and that is to buy, just to get out and buy. But I think to further explain, I want to tell you how I did it, okay? Because you know, it can be confusing. You know, it can be confusing on where to go to buy it, how to purchase it, what to buy. Do I buy Silver Eagles? Do I buy rounds? What do I do? Well, the first thing you got to do is pick a good reputable place. I prefer JM Bullion, but you can do APMEX. That's APMEX. Again, I prefer JM Bullion. They've never done me wrong, and the prices seem to be cheaper. Okay. You can also go to a local coin shop. I would not go to a local pawn shop, but my preference is to go to a local coin shop if the online dealers don't have what I want, such as APMEX and JM Bullion. So what did I do on my first of all, I watched a bunch of YouTube channels, prepper channels. You know, you get that feeling in your heart where things are going. Things don't feel right, you know, out there, and you start looking at how to prepare for what you might feel you want to be prepared for as a prepper. And there's all kinds of scare tactic videos out there, and tell you how to prep and what to buy, and they seem to be having unlimited resources financially, so they'll show you the best guns and the most sophisticated scopes and whatnot, and then they would have links, where to buy it from, and they would get a commission off of everything they're telling you need. You filter out all that stuff, and then you go into the reasoning. What are you preparing for? And there's so many people who are preparing for things. But now I'm not one of those people that are thinking that there's going to be some kind of science fiction end to our society. I don't believe that there's going to be zombies. I don't believe there's going to be Planet Nubru. Speaking of Planet Nubru, there are actually videos out there, people prepping because they think Planet Nubru is on its way in a collision course to Earth. Okay? Nubru. N-U-B-R-A-U? I don't know. But this planet is supposedly, according to these wackos, 10 times the size of planet Earth. And they're trying to tell you they're prepping for when that planet collides with our little pebble of a planet. Well, there's nothing to prep for. You might as well bend over and kiss your ass goodbye. Excuse my language. But all kinds of weird dystopian fantasies of why they're prepping. For me, it was something else, and it was more of a financial situation. So I got into the food prepping. I have a good storage of food that is regularly, blah, blah, I can't even speak today, rotated, so it's still fresh. And it's all guaranteed for 25 years. And I consider that part of the financial aspect to prepping. Why? Because I bought it at yesterday's prices, metaphorically. I bought it a year ago, and again, it's rotated all the time. And that's worth money because I'm not buying it at today's prices. So that's an instant savings account right there. A lot of my stuff is packed away in Mylar, guaranteed for 25, 35 years, out of sight, out of mind type of thing. And again, if I need it, it's there, and I don't have to go out in the event of an emergency or something like that. You know what I mean? So that's money put away. So that's basically what I'm prepping for, is, if you haven't guessed it so far, financial. It's all financial for me. I want to be prepared for the days that I retire. One thing you'll notice about the dollar, the amount of goods that you can purchase with a dollar is actually declining. Okay, the purchasing power of a dollar is declining. Yet silver and gold, bar from the up and down roller coaster rides, just like the stock market takes, a general trajectory is on an upward trend. Okay, so that's allowing me to invest this puny dollar, and I say dollar, obviously we're talking lots of dollars at times, into gold and silver. Get rid of something that is declining and move it over to something that's ascending. What are you gonna buy? So again, I told you I like JM Bullion, but my first purchase was APMEX before I learned about JM Bullion. Again, APMEX, very reputable company, never had an issue with them. I just find their prices to be slightly more expensive, and their shipping is a little bit more expensive. So that's why I go to JM Bullion. So for you folks, you can trust those places, JM Bullion or APMEX. You're not gonna get ripped off from them, okay? So what did I buy at first? I keep saying that. What did I buy? What did I buy? So I watched some of the YouTube videos and what they were buying, and the precious metals intrigued me. And I'm watching the historical charts and the financials and whatnot, and where they were and where they're at. At that current time, I started stacking gold and silver right around 2011, and I saw that there was a vast improvement. So I didn't know really what to buy, and at that time, I didn't have a lot of money. So I figured even the slightest amount of gold and silver is better than nothing. Sacrifice a couple of coffee drinks out somewhere, Starbucks or whatnot, and boom, I got it. So my first purchases were 1 ounce generic silver bars from APMEX. I think my first purchase, I bought 2 of them. I think each bar was $13. By the way, each bar now is over double that. So I got 2 of them in the mail. And in those days, you had to be home and sign for silver and gold. Okay? I don't know why. Back in 2011, I had to rush home, wait for the mailman to show up. They would hand deliver it. They would not leave it in your mailbox, and you would have to hand sign for it. Things are a little bit different now. Okay? I bought 2 of them. I immediately washed my hands, and they were 0.999 silver. Pure silver. That's as close to pure silver as you can buy. Okay? It is as close to pure as you can buy. And I've never held pure precious metals before, whether it be gold or silver. So what did I do? I took it and I put it in my clean hands. Something everybody says don't do. You got to wear white gloves. Bull crap. For your first time, touch it with your bare skin. That's what I'm saying. For your first time, I'm not saying play with all your gold and silver with bare hands. But for your first time buying it, put it in your hands. Shake it. Listen to the sound it makes. Feel the density. This little freaking bar you would never think is that heavy because of the density of the silver metal. It's heavy. and I put 2 of them in my hand. I'm shaking it, a light rattle to hear the sounds. A beautiful sound, especially when you clink around 2 silver eagles. Beautiful sound, and the density, and is not as dense as gold is. Gold is actually heavier, but it felt really good to touch pure silver in my hands. It really did, and since then I've been hooked. My next purchase, I said to myself, well, I got a few extra dollars. I saved up some money. And this is, again, advice on what you can do. I then, hopefully the cameras will catch this. I then purchased a bunch of these. Now I hope the cameras are gonna focus. I purchased a bunch of these. These are APMEX bars. Again, I told you I purchased my first couple of purchases, maybe my first half a dozen purchases from APMEX. And I purchased these. These are air sealed, or whatever you want to call it, vacuum sealed. Each one has its own pocket, never touched by human hands. Here's another one. I actually took one out to play around or do a video on it. Now it's sitting in a container in my safe. There's another one. So I have about, I would say about 10 of these sheets of 20. Okay. So it was a very simple decision to make. I purchased these. I got silver. I started getting bored because when you get the bug, you get this I won't say it's a hobby mentality, but you want to diversify in various types of silver. And then I eventually got a couple of silver eagles, which, foolish me, I didn't take them out, but you can see those in other videos of mine, past videos. Then I started getting tubes of silver eagles in a tube. At the time, it was just short of $400 a tube for 20 of them. I think a tube is close to, well, I'll have to go Google it. I think it's close to $800 now a tube. I haven't bought a tube in a while. I got so many tubes right now. By the way, how do you like the new lighting I got? I just installed some lighting. Turn the camera around so you can see that. So I got some silver eagles. You can buy 2. You can buy a whole tube of them. I said 2, just in case it sounded like I said tube, T-U-B-E. 2 versus a tube of 20. You can buy some of those. But a lot of people are telling me when they, and then eventually I got some of the bigger bars. This is and now I'm touching it with my bare hands, but this is a 5-ounce bar. It's thicker, much thicker than what I showed you earlier. I'm hoping again that this is focusing. I fan my hand out so the camera focuses on my hand and not my face in the background, causing this to be blurry. That's why you see YouTube folks do that. They fan it out like so. So I bought a few of these, and then I went to bigger bars. But the emails I've been getting, because I don't want to ignore those people. They don't have a lot of money. Okay, so how do they start stacking? Well, you can do fractional silver, 1/10 ounces, which are these. These are the size of dimes. Okay, and these are 0.999, as pure as you can buy as well. And you can buy 1, or you can buy a billion of them. Okay, you can buy 1 or a billion of them, about the size of a dime. I don't want to take them out, but you get my point. You can buy even further down. I don't know if that you're catching this. This is about the size of a woman's pinky fingernail, providing that she doesn't have long nails. Very small, fractional, very small and fractional. The problem with fractional silver is, although it takes less money to buy it, per weight it's the most expensive route to go. It truly is. But if you really want to, the lights just turned off on the monitor. But if you really want to, if you're really irking to get something and you don't care about spending $5 or $6 or $7, $8 extra dollars for a coin, then your fractionals are a way to go. You can buy ½ ounce, you can buy quarter ounce, or you can buy even something as little as those. I think actually one of them that I just showed you is actually a maple gold fractional. Speaking of gold, I couldn't afford a whole ounce of gold, so I bought a bunch of different fractional gold pieces, which I'm about to show you. Again, I couldn't afford the full 1 ounce. It's almost $1,700, not counting shipping and whatnot. So rather than just not have any gold at all, I bought a bunch of fractional gold. This one, I'm kind of holding this right there. This one has a gram bar in it also. Again, I don't know what you're catching on the camera. I'm doing my best to get it to focus and all that jazz. Let me maybe open this up. You know, 1/10 ounce gold right there. Quarter ounce gold eagle right there. Some more gold right there. Another one right there. That's a gram bar. There. And I had so much more in the safe. But unfortunately, they're the smaller increments. And one of these days, I'm going to go out and shell out the $2,000 or whatever it is nowadays. $1,900 for an ounce. So that's my dream, is to have an ounce of gold, just 1 ounce of gold, and hold it in my hands. So again, for those people who are curious on how to start stacking, start out with a generic bar. And you don't have to start out with a generic bar. This is just how I did it. It's the most simplistic way for you to do it. You can always just get a silver eagle. You can get a generic coin. It doesn't even have to be a silver eagle, right? Because silver eagles minted by the US government are a little bit more expensive. However, there is an upside to it, is that they're more recognizable. Some of your generic rounds, some of them are unrecognizable if you need to go sell them to somebody on the street or something. They might not recognize that art, that press, that coin. Most of my stacks now, when I buy, are recognizable coins. Canadian maple leaves is another one that you can buy. I have a crap load of Canadian maple leaves, full ounce tubes, bars. What am I saying? Full ounce tubes of Canadian maple leaves, which have 20 in them. American silver eagle tubes. So most of them are tubes now. And again, you can see those in some of my earlier videos. But what I want to say is, the best way to do it is just do it, okay? I think the key component for me, and why I was indecisive before my first purchase, was you want to purchase from a reputable place. And here you are new on the street, you don't know where to go to. So I think that's key, knowing where to go to, going to get it, and knowing that it's going to arrive safe in your mailbox. That's number one. So you already got that information. APMEX, JM Bullion, there's a couple of others. There's a slew of others. However, those are your top two dogs, okay? As far as bars, I love basically Sunshine Mint bars. So take a look at some of your Sunshine Mint bars, your APMEX bars. These are generic, by the way. So is your sunshine, but your sunshine's actually more. It's more beloved, let's say, in the world of bars. And these are obviously recognizable because they got APMEX stamped on them. They got APMEX stamped on the front as well. Okay, so just get out and do it. If you don't have a lot of money, go for fractional silver. Those are the bars or coins that are less than a full ounce. I'm going to just say one last thing, and that's constitutional silver. That is that's your older silver coins. What was the year, the cutoff year in the 60s? You can look that up. Constitutional silver, type in year. It's any coin that was minted by our government prior to that year. What was it, 68 or 67? Regardless, I don't purchase constitutional silver, okay? The premium, in my opinion, it's just not worth it. Your constitutional silver is not pure silver, 0.999. That's another default for me. That's a line I don't like to cross. I like all my silver at minimum of 3 nines. Your maple leaves from Canada are 4 nines, which is a minuscule amount of purity over American minted. Minuscule. I mean, all you have to do is put 4 nines down and subtract 3 nines. There's your difference in quality. It's pretty much nothing. So again, constitutional silver is, you know, it's not, what is it? Some of it is 50%, some of it's 40% silver, and it just, I got a bunch of it. It was, you know, in my younger stacking days, I went out and got it because I wanted to have some, so I can say I have some, but I won't buy it again. However, I won't throw it away if I get some in some change. So if I go out and grab some coffee or something, when they hand me change, I'm looking at my silver. And it's not, I'm looking at the silver, what could be silver, like the quarters and the dimes that I get. I'm looking at it, not counting that they're giving me the correct change. I'm just making sure that there's no constitutional silver in there. And pretty much gets dumped into the ashtray if I find it worthless. If there's not. But anyway, I gotta run. Again, just go out and buy something. Get rid of, at a minimum, if you're sitting on the fence, get 2 coins. So you can hold them in your clean hands and rattle them and feel the weight. Not many people have touched pure silver. There's not many people have touched pure gold, for that matter. Pure gold or silver. And it's a weird feeling. You're feeling something pure. I mean, anyway, I gotta run. I said all I can say. If you have any questions, you know where to email me. And obviously, I appreciate it if you just give me a thumbs up, leave a comment, give me a thumbs up. Did I say give me a thumbs up? Gotta run. Take care.